back at their normal time. What's good, everybody? As you can see, I'm outside of the friendly confines. I am the coach. We are live from the PGA Tour headquarters. And we're down in one of the studios about 100 yards from where I'm sitting right now is the 16th hole at TBC Sawgrass, where this week at the Players Championship, it'll be an amazing $4 million first prize. I'll be on the call Betcast on the ESPN app. But you guys don't care about that. You care about pro wrestling, and that's why you come here just hours before Monday Night Raw. And we've got a ton of topics to get into. Now, I don't do this show by myself. No. I do it with the greatest mind, the most creative writer in the history of the business. Looking all fresh today, Mr. Russo.
I wish I felt fresh, Coach.
You don't? You're not fresh today?
I got to tell you, Coach, I'm not fresh, but I'll tell you why, and I love this.
Okay.
There's got to be some way throughout the regular season that there can be MLB games on at like 3 or 4 in the morning. There has to be a way. Now, I know it would be a pain in the neck to go to games at 3 or 4 in the morning, but I got to tell you, my dog keeps me up all night. My dog will want cookies at 1:30, 3 in the morning. My dog doesn't care. But, man, I'm loving this World Baseball Classic, these 3 a.m. games, and oh, my God, there's nothing like being up in the middle of the night and being able to turn on a baseball game, man.
I saw a tweet from you the other day. You're like, yeah. You're like, yeah. Or, yeah, that's my, I was like, damn, he's really into this shit.
Yeah.
There's been more emotion in the WBC right now than we see all throughout the year in sports. These guys are completely into it. Into it.
The only thing, Coach, that really sucks in these early stages, and of course that'll change as we narrow it down, there's just a lot of blowouts. In the early stages, there's a lot of blowouts, but as we start eliminating some teams, there's going to be some really good games.
Yeah, how about the softness? This Tariq Skubal, he was going to do 55 pitches for Great Britain, and then all of a sudden he changes his mind because he's into it.
Yeah.
You weren't into it 2 weeks ago?
Right.
2 weeks ago?
Right.
What are we doing?
Right. Yeah.
Vince, we got a lot to get into. And our numbers, by the way, have been absolutely skyrocketing here on the show. I don't know if it's you or me. What do you think?
I think it's the truth. That's what I think.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that because I got several tweets of people saying exactly that. And it's so funny. I had probably 3 or 4 people that said they don't even watch the show, SmackDown or Raw. They come here to hear about the show on what we think about it. And we're starting to get more and more like that.
Yeah, and Coach, I want to throw one thing out there because I don't think it was on the docket, but I didn't read it till late. I was reading just about a couple of hours ago, Chelsea Green said that Michael Hayes apologized to her for the comments he made on Unreal. Did you hear that?
That was actually topic number 3.
Oh, today. You didn't go over that when we were just going over the story.
We only had a couple of minutes. Only had a couple.
Okay, my bad.
Let's start with that.
Yes.
Because she was on the Nikki and Brie Bella podcast,
right?
And they were talking about a lot of things, and she was actually putting over the Undertaker and his support for her. And then she said that her and Michael Hayes spoke. She made up, and what else I took out of that, Michael, is she said they trust me enough to let me write my own promos. And I thought to myself, they trust you enough to do that, but they don't trust you enough to be the world champion? Very interesting.
Well, there's something else you need to take out of that too, Coach. And I agree with you 1,000%, but there's something else to take out of it. You should be trusting everybody at that level to cut their own promos. If you're not trusting talent to cut their own promos at that level, I'm sorry, Coach, they should not be there.
I don't know when we stopped acting like these weren't supposed to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
We just talked about baseball. It's the best of the best.
Best of the
NFL, best of the best.
Yes.
MLB, best of the best. When did WWE, AEW, and TNA stop being the best of the best?
Yeah, there was a point in wrestling, Coach, and I took it to heart for the talent, not for myself, for the talent. There came a point in wrestling. man, bro, we're probably going back maybe even 20 years ago when somehow, some way, everybody could become a professional wrestler.
Well, there's still a lot of fans that believe that they can be, or they can believe they can write like you, or they can talk like me, or they can do whatever. And at some point, these fans either need to be taught a lesson or understand that there are levels to the game. And a lot of people, I always tell wrestling fans this: there is a way for you to get into the business if you're good enough. It's not like baseball or football where you got to go through college. If you want to be a pro wrestler in it, there are avenues. But most people, Vince, aren't. It's like this in anything. You're not meant to do everything. You're not great at everything.
Exactly.
You're just not.
And that's why, Coach, you see so many wrestlers, if they never make it as far as they wanted to, or they never make it to the WWE, and, life is over and they're ruined and they're depressed. And I always say to them, did it ever dawn on you that maybe you weren't supposed to make it? Maybe there is something else out there you're supposed to be doing, and that's why it didn't happen. None of them look at it that way, Coach.
It's only on one side of the fence. It's always, they didn't allow me. They didn't give me a break. They didn't give me the chance to show what I have. And Vince, I'm with you. Sometimes you're simply not good enough. There are people that play in the minor leagues for 10 years. You're not good enough to be a big leaguer. Good enough to be a minor leaguer, not good enough to be a big leaguer. And I think right now we've gotten to a point in pro wrestling that we need to start being kind of honest with ourselves on who is good enough, who isn't good enough, and then giving those like a Chelsea Green who is, stop putting a cap on her. Stop saying on Unreal, well, why should she be able to beat them? Because she's good enough.
Right.
She is one that is.
Right.
So what are we talking about?
It's all about who are they tuning in to see. And the numbers tell you that, Coach.
No doubt.
They've got that data right in front of them if they only used it.
So the big question is this, Vince. What did the Michael Hayes apology sound like?
How
do you think that went?
I don't know. Do you think he gave the apology hat or no hat? Because you usually got to take off the hat when you humble yourself.
Yes.
What do you think?
No, because I'm scared of what it looks like underneath the hat. Did he have his fanny pack on, or did he take that off?
Speaking of humbling thyself.
Oh, no. What did I do?
Mr. Producer Man, I got a surprise for you.
Oh, my gosh.
Wait, before you bring it up, Mr. Producer Man, Coach.
Yes.
Is an ad put out by the WWE, 1000% authentic shoot. This is not AI. And this was, somebody brought this on my show, Castrating the Marks. And as soon as I said that, I said, please send me that for the coach.
All right, I want to see it. I want to see it.
That graphic? Yeah, it just keeps getting better.
Oh, no.
He's got it, producer, man. Can we tighten in on that? Coach, look at who's in the middle and look who's to the far right.
Wait. So Rock's in the middle. Hunter's in the middle.
And who's all the way to the far right? Look who's next to Taker, practically off the page.
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Coach, was the Attitude Era not The Rock and Austin?
That was it. Those are the two.
When did it change? When did it? Look at this, bro. Austin's all the way to the side, bro.
But did WWE put this out, or did a fan put this out?
WWE. This is Attitude Week. They put this graphic out.
So wait a second. So and D'Lo's my boy, but you're gonna put Stone Cold right next to D'Lo, and then you got the Dudleys. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And here's another question. Can we go back to the zoom in one more time, producer?
This is crazy.
When's the last time Triple H had abs like that, bro?
It almost came out of my mouth. I was like, he's never had abs like that. Bro, he was in great shape. Great shape, but he never had abs like that.
Incredible. Austin is off to the side.
So what are we saying? Do you think that they took in the because you know how they'll make a like a proof. They call it a proof,
Right,
and
right,
then somebody has to approve it.
right. Exactly.
Well,
Yes.
in the commercial with the 2K with the big thing in the lobby, he act like he didn't know how it got there.
Right.
Do
Exactly.
you think he approved this one?
Yeah. I just find this so fascinating.
Oh my! It's
Can
like
you
one after another. It stops. It never stops.
can you imagine Austin seeing this graphic?
He That's the one thing for all of you guys watching right now to know about Stone Cold Steve Austin. He would not put up with this shit at all.
No,
Like
no, no.
if he was still active and still doing stuff, he would make it. He wanted to be positioned always, Vince, as either number one or number two. You always have stories. Whatever Stone Cold got paid, Rock wanted to get paid more, and then Stone Cold wanted to get paid more. The story of when his big T-shirt came out, the F Fear, and I couldn't believe we were selling a T-shirt with the word F on it, but we did. But the U was a skull and crossbones, so it's not the word F. It's only fuck,
Yeah. And
right?
not only that, coach, when you see something like this, you really seriously have to ask yourself, is this part of the reason why we rarely see Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Well, I know this, that the spot with Undertaker 2 years ago at WrestleMania, where he showed up out of nowhere. That was
Yes,
supposed to be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
absolutely. And here's another little thing for you, coach.
Yes.
Who else is missing from this photo?
Well, when I think of the Attitude Era, I think of Rock, Austin, Taker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels,
Mick Foley.
Mick. Oh, he's not going to be on anything.
I know.
He just quit.
Yeah.
Quit.
Yeah.
By the way, somebody apparently fixed it. Producer man, do you have there you go. There you go.
Very nice. Hey, now we're talking.
Honestly,
Yes.
that's the way it should be. That's
Yeah.
what it should look like. And if it's going to be Attitude Era week, why is Stone Cold not on the show? Why are we not having him on the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. For anybody to think that there's not something going on, just look at everything we talk about. This Stone Cold Rock not coming back because Vince, when I was there, you had the OGs coming back all the time. They would always come back and be a part of it, and there's nobody right now that's doing that. And then they're locking guys up into these Legends contracts, and I would like to think that it's for the right reasons, but I think it's to keep guys from going other places. For example, did you hear AJ Styles signed a deal where he's going to be a trainer, not just with NXT. He's going to help guys on the main roster with their matches and with a lot of different things. And we thought he was going to stay home all the time, but we said right here, that's what he should be doing. But Vince, he also said he knew there was a big money offer on the table from AEW. So what do you think it was? Did they respect him enough to keep him, or were they just trying to keep him from going over there?
Well, I would think they wanted to keep him from going over there. That's what I would think. I don't know for sure, man, but that would be my opinion.
I think so too. By the way, the Fanatics flag football game, Vince, that was supposed to be in Riyadh with Tom Brady and all of them. Remember that?
Yeah.
They are switching the game to Los Angeles because I'm assuming because of all the war that's going on over in Iran. Because I wouldn't go if I were them. Although Tom Brady's making $75 million. And there's also been rumors that he's going to be a part of WrestleMania, that all this stuff he's talking about Logan Paul, that is cute and wrestling and all of that it's to set up an angle with Logan Paul and Tom Brady and Gronk. That's what I've been told. Do you think they need Tom Brady at WrestleMania?
See, that's the thing, Coach. We always talk about them being so out of touch. How many years has Brady and Gronk been retired now?
At least 4.
Are we not 5 years too late for this?
Agreed. But here's a problem. He's got a big deal with Fanatics. Fanatics has a big deal with WWE. And you know that whole Fanatics thing they have in New York? Yeah. That's basically a WWE festival with a few other athletes to show up.
Yeah.
Because they sell the most merch.
Yeah.
right? So, yes, they are 4 years behind. And also, like Tom Brady won $1 million at that thing last year. John Cena participated, and we found out that he and Cody Rhodes have zero athletic ability outside of wrestling. Remember they tried to shoot those jump shots, free throws? Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. So we have more on Logan Paul coming up. Before, we forgot to tell the good people, and some of them are coming through right now. We've got a ton of stuff to talk about. But Vince, how can the people in the chat watching right now be a part of the show?
Yeah, guys, super sticker or donation. We will throw you right up on the screen. We will answer your questions. We'll read your comments. We love making you a part of the conversation, and that's how to get it done.
That's exactly right. It's got to be at least $5, and if you give a $10 super sticker, you will be put onto the Coach and Roulette wheel, which is on Thursday, and we're going to give away a free piece of merch. If we get a lot, then we get very, very generous. We give away multiple shirts, and we have a whole page that is just Coach and Bro merchandise.
Yes.
The whole thing. I mean, me and Vince are Jugga Bros for life. For life,
yes.
I tell you.
Yes.
Vince, we have that video, I believe. Producer man, do we have Brady and Gronk loaded up?
And that's what Logan Paul is. He's an entertainer. I mean, he has shown a lot of skills in those combat sports, but to actually Logan have the skills, he's a football, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if he's got it.
For the big boys, you're lucky you won't get hit.
Wow, I didn't know Tom became such a shit talker.
Okay, so here's what I think. Here's what I think happened. All right, we can stop it, producer man. We can stop it. So here's what I think happened. So I think Logan Paul was supposed to participate in this flag football situation that Tom Brady is making $75 million to participate in for a week. And it just so happened, Vince, that Logan Paul, in my opinion, has once again got the people, and they aren't even smart enough to realize it. Have you seen the drama online with Logan Paul? Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes.
So Logan Paul puts it out there that he wants to box, and he's been a part of Misfits Boxing several times. He fought Floyd Mayweather and a couple other guys. So he wanted to do $1 million, winner take all, until somebody quits against an NFL player. So Le'Veon Bell, who played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I actually called one of his boxing fights a couple years ago, as a matter of fact. So they agree to a fight. It's going to be, I think, in Puerto Rico. And then the other day, he gets a phone call. And it just so happened, Vince, that he was doing a live stream. So he takes a call from a guy in talent relations named Chris. He's like the EVP of something. He goes to the back of the room, comes back, and puts the phone next to the microphone so you can hear him say, listen, we cannot allow you to box because we're too close to WrestleMania and we can't afford for you to get hurt. And so then he says, I got to take it on the chin. He's getting raked on social media. Everybody's talking about him. And I thought to myself this morning, as I knew we were going to talk about this, Vince, I know he wanted to box Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell doesn't quite understand how it works. The only thing he did wrong is he should have asked permission to do it because they would have said no. But Vince, he is a genius when it comes to a heel character because now everybody in wrestling and outside of wrestling, particularly NFL players, are now calling him out. Who else could do that?
Yeah, well, here's the funny thing about it. And again, man, it's like, it's when I say Logan Paul is a star, like I almost catch myself because like really a star of what? But he has made himself a household name. He has made himself so much money. He knows what he's doing. Whatever that formula is, he has worked it to the max. I give him all the credit in the world. Somebody like that, an entrepreneur comes along and makes that kind of money, all the credit in the world. But that's the funny thing. The thing that jumps off the page to me off the bat is, why isn't Triple H calling him?
I said the same thing. Yes.
Why is some guy calling him? And I'm going to tell you, man, and this looks very, very familiar now to the story we're about to talk about with Pat McAfee. You know, guys at this level that don't need their money, These guys will walk away at any time. McAfee walked away. Logan Paul, I'm going to be honest with you, Coach. I think what would keep Logan Paul from walking away is his love of it. I really believe he loves doing it. If he didn't love it and somebody's trying to tell him what he can and cannot do, bro, a guy like Logan Paul, that's not going to fly, man.
It's not. Hurricane Helms, who was in my wedding and I traveled with, told me a year and a half ago that Logan Paul, the most talented, he trains Logan Paul, by the way, one-on-one. And he said most talented, hardest worker he's ever been around. And this was a year ago. And Vince, he just did a podcast. I don't know who the two guys were, but they were in his home, which is insane, by the way. And they were asking him about money. And they said, how much money do you have? He said, I'm really close to being a billionaire. He goes, I'm really close. And he said, guys, when you have as much money as I do, and Vince, he used a tone, and maybe we'll get it for Thursday's show. He used a tone where it wasn't arrogant. He was just talking about it, kind of like Vince used to talk about money with me. He's just like, listen, I'm close to a billionaire. It doesn't move the needle for me. It's all numbers on a piece of paper. I do what I love to do, and I do what I want to do. And I think Vince, for so long, even when he signed his first deal in the WWE, he was, remember how part-time he was?
Mm-hmm,
He was all part-time. So I don't think he had to ask permission for anything. So I truly believe that he did this not thinking he had to ask permission to do it. I really believe that.
Yeah,
don't you?
I definitely do. And again, man, he's the kind of guy that, maybe one time you tell him you can't do something, a second or third time. The WWE, they're not used to being in a position where somebody doesn't need them. Correct. They're not used to being in that position. But again, if you want to talk about McAfee, we saw it with him, and I would not be surprised to see it with Logan Paul.
All right, we're going to get into Pat McAfee in about 5 minutes, but I want people at home to judge for themselves. And then, Vince, I'm going to ask you, is this a work or is it a shoot? Here is the podcast when he got the phone call. Watch it now.
What's up, Chris?
It's a big-time call.
Stop. Why? Can I ask why?
Well, I mean, one, we don't want you to get injured.
Bro, I'm not going to get injured. These guys can't box.
I know, but it's just unnecessary risk. Like, you don't know if you slip, you fall. I mean, you don't want to risk any
No, Chris.
I get it. I know you're not. We appreciate all the hype, right? Like, we get you're doing your thing. That's great. But, like, we can't have you box. You're full-time WWE.
Chris! It's not, bro, it's not. Dude, these guys cannot box. They're football players. There's no risk.
I'm glad you feel that way. That's why you are who you are. But we are trying to eliminate that risk and look out for you. When you're WrestleMania, we cannot be doing a boxing ring.
Oh, man. Is there any way I can convince you? What if I cut you guys? What if I cut the WWE in on my winnings? Because I'm gonna make $2 million in a weekend.
We're good.
We're good. All right, stop it. Vince, how many other superstars could hit sounders when they're talking to the EVP of talent relations on a call that by the way, that was the F-bomb that he hit, by the way. How many other guys could do that?
Man, I got to tell you again, I had not seen that before. I've been reading about it, but man, I'm watching that for the first time, and I'm just like, you're not going to be able to tell this guy too many times you're not allowed to do something, man. He's not that kind of a dude, man.
The other funny part was he goes, how about I cut you in? They just released 2025 data like a week ago. TKO made $1.2 billion. We'll give you $1 million. Will that be good for you? What did Chris say? No, we're good. Yeah. No, we're good. Yeah. At first I laughed and I thought, no, they probably would have said yes to that. Yeah. Another $1 million for us? Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's fascinating, man. Very fascinating.
But this has been front page news all day, Vince. Yeah. So if you're looking at talent, and Chris even said, he goes, I know you're out there, you're promoting, you're hyping, you're doing your thing. Vince, this kid's a genius because right now he's to me, the top, let's say, 2 heel with Drew McIntyre and the entire company. Is anybody else talking about Logan Paul before Monday Night Raw tonight?
Yeah.
But these shows?
Yeah.
Nobody.
No, absolutely. He knows how to get people talking about him. That's why he's making the money he's making.
No doubt about it. And the last thing, did you hear in there where he said, you're now full-time with the WWE? That kind of slid past a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's way different. They're paying him also $100 million as a reported number for his podcast that's now a WWE podcast.
Yeah.
But he's a genius. He kept his YouTube page, which generates a ton of cash.
Yeah.
A ton of cash. All right, we'll get into Pat McAfee in a minute, but I want to hit some of these super stickers, Vince, because we got a bunch of them. A reminder here on Coach and Bro, at least $5, and we'll answer the question for you. $10, you will get on the Coach and Brolet wheel. Okay, sorry. Double D just texted me. He just interrupted us.
Unbelievable.
I know. I told him. Yeah, I know. You got. All right. Smartest mark alive. And Vince, everybody wants the Jugger Bros T-shirt. Everybody wants the Jugger Bros.
I don't blame him.
This man's got he's going to have a bigger podcast than us here before long. My AEW is huge for the international fans. Incredible value, $180 a year. Gets me all their content and pay-per-views per year. Right now, I'm paying $200 a year just for Triller with no pay-per-views or no Ring of Honor. I love it. Have you heard about this, Vince?
I have heard about it, but that's the first time I've seen the price, and that is a hell of a deal for that price.
Oh, it's incredible, but it's only for international fans. It's not for American fans.
Yeah.
So it's essentially like the WWE Network is what it is for AEW fans around the world to bring in more revenue. It's a great thing, but eventually American fans are going to say, how come we can't get it?
Well, what about that? Now, see, I'm far into this, Coach, but that VPN. What if you had a VPN? Would you be able to get this?
Well, VPN is basically it makes you pretend that you're somewhere else. So yeah, if you're sitting in Chicago, you buy a VPN, you can make it look like you're in London. So there's a lot of different rules depending on what it is.
Yeah.
But it's basically a cheat code, and I think eventually VPNs are going to either be illegal or stuff like this because this is more of a link. It's not really an app, from what I understand. So I don't know if you'll be able to get this. It's not like watching ESPN.
Yeah,
this is very specific. So, but it's a good question. Traffic jam. You got a spot on the wheel. Good afternoon, Coach and Vince. What are your thoughts on Cody Rhodes beating Drew McIntyre for Undisputed? Cody Rhodes must go heel. God bless. All right, you know what? Let's get into that topic right now. Because Vince, I saw people going bananas. It broke a record with dislikes. On when WWE posted it, like 200,000 dislikes. I don't mind the fact that the fans don't want to see it, but Vince, you can't have a champion at WrestleMania that you know is leaving the next day to go shoot a movie for 3 months. And that's what Drew McIntyre is doing. So they had to get it off of him.
Yeah, well, they also they had to get it off of him, but they also have to turn Cody heel, man.
Can we please?
You have to turn that dude heel, man.
If you don't, it's going to be 4 straight years of the babyface of the year, the QB1, all that. The only issue I had with it, Vince, and this is what I wanted to bring it up with you today, is you have a month of promotion for the Chamber, the winner, battling. Your body goes through all of that hard steel for the chance, the right to get a title shot against whoever's champion at WrestleMania. So you do all that. Randy pins Cody. And what do they do at the post-event press conference? Nick Aldis is pissed off at Drew, so he gives Cody a shot the next week on SmackDown, which was 3 days ago. So Cody got a title shot before the guy who actually won the Chamber match.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense to me. How about you?
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense at all. And again, what really doesn't make any sense is, I mean, Coach, they would have had to known a while ago that McIntyre was going to miss the 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Then why put the title on him at all?
That was my other question. Why do it? I don't know. To make him happy for a month?
Yeah, it's weird, bro. Their booking's weird, man.
It is so weird. And he seems like the type of guy, Vince, that is kind of like Brock. People think that Brock doesn't get the business, that Brock is difficult to work with. It's just the opposite of that. It's his persona. He wants you to believe that.
Right.
But Drew understands all of it.
Right.
You give him his check, he's good to go, but yet he'll make it look like on social media he's pissed off.
Exactly. And what's he going to do? Is that the Highlander film?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Good for him, though. Good for him.
He may be the next Batista, Vince.
Yeah,
you know?
I hope so, man. That guy's got movie star looks, man.
Oh man, it would be amazing, and also to have some choices so they don't screw him over for the next 5 years. And we're talking about it here on the show.
Yeah.
Let's go to T Dunn 41. He says definitely agree, Vince, on WBC. The U.S. Canadian gold medal hockey game was perfect. Early start game. Hope Papa Russo is well.
Thank you very
T-Dunn.
much. Yeah, he's doing much better. He's getting
that's
stronger
great.
every day. Thanks for asking, man. Thank you. Yep.
That's awesome. By the way, that hockey game, I was doing golf that day right here in this building, and my partner's name's Graham Dillette. And Graham Dillette is from Canada. And Graham Dillette played on the President's Cup team a couple of times. He's played in all the major championships, the Masters, the U.S. Open. You know what he told me that day?
What?
That hockey game meant more to him and Canada, first time pros played in 12 years, than playing in a major championship or on the President's Cup.
Wow. That's something, man. Yeah.
He was in tears. So they scored with 35 seconds to go in the game. Yeah. And we were live on the air. He got up off the couch because we're on camera the whole time for 8 hours. It's brutal. And he walked over and literally put his head against the wall. We're live calling golf. And he's literally in tears because they lost with 30 seconds to go.
The agony of defeat, man.
It's
the agony
exactly
of
what
defeat.
it is.
Yes.
It's exactly what it is. But
yeah.
I think the pros are going to be playing moving forward. It's just too good without him. Awesome sauce. Vince, did you model some of your writing from Glow? I always felt that a TNT was where wrestling should have gone more towards less wrestling, more gimmicks.
I loved Glow as a kid. I loved that growing up. I thought that was a great show. As a matter of fact, man, I even had a meeting with that David McLean once. Actually met with him at one time. But yeah, I was a huge fan of Glow.
Wow, I did too. I just, where I live, we didn't get a lot of cable and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Big Joe. Oh, Big Joe. Hey, we are worldwide, Vince. Germany. V Gates. I got a great Germany story. My two heroes, thank you. I am so bored with Rhea and Jay. It's not Rhea's fault, but Jade is still green and most importantly, not believable. Big Joe, you are my spirit animal. You are my spirit animal. Vince, I will die on this vine. And I got quoted everywhere, sometimes misquoted, as you and I are all the time. Vince, I've never seen a talent that has been given a title but not used like Jade is right now. Then all of a sudden, you're going to put her in a one-on-one with Rhea Ripley, and then they're going to get into a fight on social media that, from what I understand, is real. Would you have Jade working matches to get better on TV or have her behind the scenes at NXT?
Yeah, I would definitely be protecting her. Let's put it that way. You know, Coach, it's funny because you've got two totally different scenarios here. You've got Rhea Ripley, who I honestly feel, my opinion, has killed her character with the relationship with the Sky.
Absolutely.
Killed it. On the other side of the coin, you've got Jade Cargill, who is just box cutter wrestling heel.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Jade be more herself and be more like a regular person, and I would love to see Rhea be less of a regular person. So both of these characters right now are both off kilter for me.
The only way I'm going to like this is if we take the real energy on social media, because from what I understand, Vince, it's real. And apparently Jade loves to, and you've always known, there's always been a few talents that creative will meet with ad nauseum. Apparently she loves to hoard the time with the writers. She's always meeting with them. She's always, sitting at catering, going over stuff, but yet they never use her. They haven't used her for 3 months, almost 4 months going on now.
Yeah.
What would you make of a last man standing, falls count anywhere, no DQ? So if this is real, just tell them to go out and just beat the tar out of each other.
You're a 1,000,000,000% right there, Coach, because that's how you protect them. You make it a street fight. And Coach, yes. I don't know what it is with the women, but this is a fact, and I've been saying this my whole career. When you have a women's fight in the back compared to a men's fight in the back, 100% of the time, the women do it better.
Way better.
I don't know why. I've never been able to put my finger on it, but they fight better than they wrestle. So that's a great idea, Coach. That's how you protect her.
Well, usually they grab the hair and they sling it around with the hair,
Right,
and that makes it look a lot better.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
To me, if I'm Jade and you're sitting with the creative team, listen to me, Jade. Lean into what you can do, and that is use weapons and get brutal physically. Don't try to have a 5-star match because Rhea will just embarrass you.
Right.
Vince, I've never seen it before, bud. I've never seen a talent treated like this. I guarantee she's making over $1 million.
Yeah.
So they feel like they have to use her on the main. She should have gone to NXT when she first came over here.
I also though, Coach, from what I'm reading, and again, this isn't from just what I'm reading, it's from what I've seen on Unreal.
Okay.
You kind of get the feeling that Rhea is up management's backside. And you kind of get the feeling that Jade is not the lifer and she was a bodybuilder. She could be a professional athlete. She's not the wrestling lifer. So that's why when you look at the big picture of this, a lot of it makes sense.
It does. And her husband is
Brandon
been in
Phillips.
The big leagues, for a long. I mean, he was a great player. Yeah, so he made a lot of money too.
Yeah.
Your boy Jimmy Fingers, he's here today. Has Triple H purple lips or Ben Franklin Hayes ever seen Chelsea bump with Penta and Lucha Underground? Not only is she good on the stick, but she would whoop the entire locker room. Jimmy, you're absolutely spot on, and I guarantee you they haven't. They bought it. They haven't.
Yeah.
They haven't watched her in AAA or any of that. All right, we got a lot more. Let's do a couple more. Then I really want to get into Pat McAfee because I think there's a lot there. Dominic, you'll be on the wheel on Thursday. I'm glad that Brian James left WWE. My concern is he needs to stay away from creative. All it does is stress you out. I'm proud of your entertainment performance in WWE and TNA. That's one of the topics. We'll get into it right now because I have not got your feedback on since Road Dogg stepped away, and there's conflicting reports, Vince, that he decided to leave. Or that he got released, and ever since that segment was aired on Unreal, I think his days were numbered because it showed that he really cared, and he got to a point, Vince, where he couldn't even say what he wanted to say because he felt like he was going to get yelled at by Triple H, who was on a Zoom link, and then you got Bruce, who's always going to look out for Bruce, and I really felt like he was stuck. And if I was to guess, I would guess he probably walked away and didn't wait to get cut.
I think that 1,000%. And of course, Coach, we don't know, but I'll tell you why I think that 1,000%. Man, I remember watching Unreal, and you could tell Brian was afraid to speak up. And all I could think of was, I was there when Triple H and Brian James became friends. Mm-hmm. Coach, this is 1995. So you've known this dude for 30 years and you're afraid to speak up. Think about that. And it wasn't just one instance. It wasn't just one scene on Unreal. There were a couple of scenes. And again, man, when you know the players and you know the game, you could tell that guy was unhappy. And, as Brian's getting up there in age, as we all are, that's no quality of life, Coach. And, Brian, he had a great career. I'm sure he's made a lot of money. I'm sure he can live very comfortable now. He doesn't need that BS.
That's exactly what I thought of when I saw it. I said to myself, when you're on the creative team, at least when I was there after you left, they worked 7 days a week, might have got Sundays off or they were traveling. They would do 8-hour Zoom call. I guess Zoom didn't exist. Conference calls. They had no life. And everybody's like, man, I want to write for the W. No, you don't. No, you don't. And if you're a guy who was did it in reverse, Vince, remember we never had wrestlers on the writing team back then. Mm-hmm. They were talent. And so for a guy who's one of the greatest talents, arguably top 3 talker of all time, to then have that, and now 30 years later, you're getting humbled on camera, and they know the cameras were there, Vince. They knew the cameras were doing that. And he was like, I'm heartbroken. Do you know how much he probably got raked through the coals in the YouTube comments or in the show comments, why is he heartbroken? Why is he crying? Why is he upset? Why is he hugging R-Truth going, oh, Vince, that's real. I'd rather have a Brian James all day than somebody else who plays the game just to keep that job.
Coach, the good guys always get weeded out, man. The good guys always get weeded out because you cannot have a heart and be in the wrestling business. And Brian James was and always has been one of the good ones, man. Always has been one of the good ones.
I always prided myself on trying to be one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Sign every autograph, take every picture. If you're in the hotel bar, take 5 minutes, talk to somebody who's having a bad day. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
But not everybody, most don't do that. Most don't do that. All right, Jimmy Fingers. He wants to be the MVP of the show. MVP of the show. I hope you're all checking in on the Smartest Market Live content that was born out of this show. This kid is under 30 and knows 50 years of pro wrestling history. He is already up over 10K subscribers. He is a natural. Support him. Jimmy, you're absolutely right. We call him out here all the time.
Very nice.
It means the world to me, Vince, that he started his show because of this show.
Yeah, he made an appearance on this show, didn't he? When we were doing we were rated promos for a couple of weeks. I think he made an appearance on the show.
I think he did. I think he did.
I know he did. Yep.
Yeah, we've got to do that again. That was fun.
Yeah.
Why did we stop doing that? Was that
I don't know. I mean, we did it for a couple of weeks and we never did it anymore. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to have to talk to producer, man. I really am. We got to keep that going. Maybe we'll see if Double D can cut a promo.
Oh,
would you like to see Double D cut a promo?
Yeah, that I want to see. Yeah, that I want to see. Yes.
Oh, all right. Let's go to I don't have my glasses on. GIRN. Hayes' comments on Chelsea made me so angry. How can she beat Charlotte or Tiffy? Write it. It's a script. Thank you.
You're right. Simple. Dude, I can't tell you how many times throughout my career when somebody would say something like that, journey, whatever it is, and I would look at them and I would say, bro, we write this shit. Okay, you can write whatever you want to write.
Vince, I stirred some shit up this week on X because one of those kids with like 8 followers who loves to go in and look at history of pro wrestling. He sends me a tweet. He's like, Coach, why do you keep saying that you are a tag team champion of the world? Because you're not. I looked it up, and he looked it up in like Google, Grok, all these places, and it didn't say anything about me. And so I literally laid it out. I said, Winnipeg, this, and this. So he literally comes back and goes, wait a second. You filled in for Eugene, who tore his ACL, so you never actually won it. You only lost it. Vince, I just kept messing with him. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, does it even matter? It was 2004 or whatever the
Coach,
case was.
you want to hear something? This has always been hysterical to me. And this is a shoot. Like, bro, there are real annals of professional wrestling and books and whatnot. They don't recognize my WCW championship as legit.
Stop it.
It's not recognized as legit. Can you imagine that? It's not recognized. But the other ones were legit. The other ones were legit. All the other ones. Yeah.
Those 17, but not that one.
Yeah.
Not that one.
God. Yeah.
It is so funny. You're like, you're literally playing yourself.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
playing yourself. If you think Vince and I stay up even for 1 second longer worrying about whether or not little Johnny Joe Schmo on Twitter knows if we were really a champion, they're a prop.
Yes.
They're a prop.
Yes.
And anybody that says otherwise doesn't understand. Jack Fields, you'll be on the wheel. Curiosity, if WrestleMania would have been in Saudi Arabia this year, would they have postponed it or canceled it due to the war that's going in on Iran? Yes. I definitely would think they would have. I mean, they just moved the fantasy football, which it was supposed to be in a week or in a week and a half. Vince, there is no chance. Did you hear the story, by the way, of the live golfers, John Rahm, famous golfer?
I did
not.
So
they were in Qatar or one of those places over there, and they had to go to Hong Kong. So Vince, just to get out of the country because all the airports are closed, there was 5 or 6 golfers get in a van, drive to the border, get out, have their clubs, their luggage, they walk a mile to a private plane that John Rahm had to book, had to pay extra to get them to land on this private airstrip, get into the plane, and take off to go to China just to get out of the Middle East.
God, that's nuts, man.
Are you kidding me?
Man, that's nuts. That's
absolutely nuts. So yes, I believe that they will. Now they go 2 or 3 times a year, Vince. It begs the question. The next one's probably in June, I would guess, May or June. I wonder if they'll keep that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. That's something, man.
All right, if you're out there right now, Jimmy Fingers so far, he's given $40. He has the MVP trophy right now, which, by the way, we need to make one for the merch store. Does Cody need to cry every time he cuts a promo after the cameras go off air? Send him a mamby-pamby shirt, please. And producer, man, send me my 3 T-shirts I won off the wheel 2 months ago. Wait a second.
Oh,
everybody's got their I will not stand for that, Jimmy Fingers. Everybody's gotten theirs. If you didn't get yours, then all you got to do is let us know. But you're the only one that hasn't gotten theirs. Vince, this is your boy right now, and he's calling us out.
Well, hey, listen, man, I respect Jimmy, and if he feels that he needs to, call us out, I mean, listen, Coach, I've been again, address Jimmy.
No, okay, so here's what happened. I just got to the bottom of it.
Go ahead.
So we were teasing the new store.
Yes.
So Jimmy told producer, man, I'll wait for the new store. So now he's trying to act like we didn't give it to him when we were waiting for the new store, which that's not right, Jimmy. That's not right.
Hey, producer, man, I got another surprise for Coach.
No.
Producer, man. I sent it over to you. Please pull it up at your leisure. All right, go ahead, Coach. What's next?
I don't know what you're getting ready to do.
Oh, go ahead. We got to wait because he's got to upload it and all that stuff.
Okay. Awesome sauce. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight for Mania. There's Raw, NXT, SmackDown, Hall of Fame, and 3 nights of PLEs. Like it's a borderline full-blown addiction to watch all of that. By the way, NXT moved their show out of Vegas for that week. It's not even that week. It's going to be April 4th, I believe. Wow. They're not even doing a show this year in Vegas.
God, that's a lot, man. That is a lot.
By the way, Vince, I checked in today on ticket sales after Cody's won, after the 25% thing. All right, producer, man, if you if you're ready, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Purple Lips. I got Mr. Purple Lips. Can you blow that up, please, for Coach, producer, man? We got Mr.
You're going to get me in so much trouble. You're going to get me in so much trouble because they're going to, Vince Russo and Coach called him Purple Lips.
Come on, look,
and
come
put
on.
him in a Barney.
Coach, come on.
You know my story of meeting Barney, right? Do you know that story?
Wait, what now?
I've met Barney. I met the real guy.
Yeah, I never heard that story. How would I
never heard the story?
How would I hear that story? We've never told Barney stories.
I'll make it 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So 1 year, Vince thought that he, to promote the company, he was going to get a float in the Macy's Day Parade. Okay? So it's Tuesday. I'm flying out the next day to go to Kansas to see my family. I get a call from Kevin Dunn. Hey, Coach, we got a problem. We got a problem, Coach. I said, what's that? He goes, well, Vince decided that he was going to sign a 2-year deal because you could only sign 2-year deals. $500,000 for 2 years to have a parade, a float in the parade, and we need you to ride on the parade. I go, can't Michael Cole do it? He doesn't want it. Michael Cole lived in Jersey, by the way. Lived in Jersey. I'm from Kansas. And he goes, he doesn't want to do it. And he's got seniority over you, so I need you to go. So we'll fly you there on Thanksgiving Day afterwards. I'm like, kind of defeats the purpose, but okay. So I go into New York on Wednesday night. And Vince, Wednesday night is like the biggest party night in New York City of the year right before Thanksgiving.
Right.
So I'm in the bar. I'm drinking with Kurt Angle and a bunch of other people. They go to bed around 11 o'clock. Vince, I'm like 26. There was no way in hell I was going to bed. So I go out by myself. I go to the first bar. Of course, just like that, I'm a part of a group. Next thing I know, I look at my watch. It's 6:15 in the morning. We are supposed to meet for breakfast at 6:30, and I am 20 minutes away from the hotel in Manhattan.
Horrible.
Okay?
Horrible. Yes.
Horrible. Especially, I was flowing. I was flowing right there, Vince. I mean, I had it rocking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know, you know. So I jump in a cab, and I'm like, floor it, floor it, floor it. So we get back, Vince, I get out of the cab and I turn and look. Who's getting out of a limousine walking in the other? You know how like those big hotels in New York have a door here and a door here? Vince is showing up as I'm getting back from the bar, no sleep.
Oh, my God.
So I run in around, and then I act like I'm walking out of the elevator when he's coming on. He goes, "Hey, Coach." I go, "Hey, boss, what's going on?" And I'm just like, "Are you kidding me?" So I tell him where breakfast is. I go and get my stuff, and then we're in the lobby. So, Vince, these two young black kids walk up to us in the lobby, and they go, "Hey, Mr. McMahon, great to see you again." He goes, boys, great to see you again, too. They're like, "Hey, we really appreciated that opportunity. We just wanted to say thank you." "Well, you're welcome, boys. It's my pleasure. Anything I can do for you guys." They turn around and walk away. Wait for it. Coach, who the F was that? I said, "Vince, that was two members of Boys to Men. They sang the national anthem at WrestleMania for you."
Yes.
Of course I knew that. So now we get to the parade route. Now, Vince, I haven't been to bed. So back then, Lillian Garcia, the ring announcer, she thought she was going to be a pop princess. She was going to have this, this incredible career. So they let her sing her hit single over and over and over again on the parade route. So after about the 10th time, I just scream, "Turn it off! Turn it off!" So we get to like 2 or 3 o'clock. I'm literally dying.
Oh, it sounds horrible, bro.
Horrible. So I get in the car. I'm out. So I get to LaGuardia. I'm flying to Dallas, then Wichita, Kansas. I get to Wichita. I'm standing in line. I still got another hour and a half to my parents' house. It's now midnight on Thanksgiving Day. I'm standing. Guy taps me on the shoulder. I turn around. Little black dude. I go, "Can I help you?" He goes, "Weren't you in the Macy's Day Parade today?" And I said, "How would you even know that?" He goes, "Oh, I see that you're wearing," we had like a pin, like a celebrity pin to get past security. And he goes, "I have the same one." I said, "You were there?" He goes, "Yeah, I was just 2 behind you." I said, 1, 2. I go, "That was the Barney float." He goes, "Yes, I'm Barney."
Barney was a black dude because I saw a documentary on him. You're 1,000% dead on. Yes,
exactly. He said it was the greatest job you could ever have. He goes, "I made tons of money. Nobody ever knew who I was." Awesome. And at that point, he was just doing like the big parades and stuff because nobody could master the movements. Maybe Bruce can. I don't know.
I think
maybe
Bruce can be on next year's float. I think he's ready to go.
Oh my God, you are such a savage. You are such a savage. All right, let's keep it going. Sponge Quan. Oh, Jaden Rhea is back and forth on Twitter. Was 1,000 more creative than whatever the hell that atrocity was on SmackDown. Muscles and respect. Come on, Vince. It was embarrassing when they put him on SmackDown. I was like, "Give me social media again." They're absolutely right.
Yeah. I don't know what is so hard. I mean, Coach, I don't mean to sit here and plug JCW, but bro, when we're in that ring, it's like it's real. It's why is that so hard? Why is it so hard for them to make you believe what you're seeing is real? Why?
I think a lot of it has to do with, Vince, that they don't live it anymore. You know, when we were doing it, we lived it 7 days a week. We were doing shows 4 days a week. You got into your character. Now it's let me be on TV so I can do TikTok, movies, all of this, all of that. And I don't think they think about it. I'm obsessed 24/7 with this. Yeah. Obsessed. Yeah. I don't think they're obsessed, Vince.
Yeah.
I really don't.
And plus, I also think a lot of it probably has to do with a lack of confidence.
Well, if they don't have somebody behind them saying you're great, keep it going, love that. You know how it is.
Yeah.
They second guess because they want to hold it over your head because you make one step the wrong way, you're at the back of the line.
Yep.
You're at the back of the line.
Yep.
Hey, it's me, Scott. We got you on the wheel on Thursday. Big Vito's muffled voice as Mickey Knuckles shoved his face into her chest was the funniest thing I've seen in wrestling in quite some time. Yeah, Did you write that, Vince?
Yeah. We had a good time with Mickey and Vito. Yes.
I feel like you could write something if it involved chess, which, again, I'm not advocating, but you got to have a spot for Double D. I mean, just the name and
God, are you kidding me?
Can you imagine?
I'd have a field day with Double D, man. A field day with him on that.
Nothing but wrestling. I enjoy the show. Thank you. Do each of you have a favorite WrestleMania match of all time? Mine's easy. We're going to do a watch along with it, which starts very soon. WrestleMania 18, Rock Hogan. I was a small part of it, but that's my favorite. You?
Well, my favorite was also always, and it's cliche-ish. It's a lot of people's favorite. Savage and Steamboat, I thought was one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life.
Steamboat's one of the few guys I got starstruck the first time I met him.
Yeah.
Because of that match.
Yeah.
And because of his matches with a lot of the older guys.
Yep.
He's a gentleman.
Yeah.
An absolute gentleman.
Definitely.
So,
Yep.
And Savage was one of my favorite characters of all time. Oh, my God.
Yep.
Trader Chris, after getting to know Danhausen, he's a new favorite of mine. I'm now cheering him on, especially because I don't want to get cursed. Ha ha. I got to be honest. We're always honest here, Vince. I thought the rollout was crap, but I felt like the way they used him on the shows was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I know they used them with Miz on SmackDown, but I did not get to see that. But I saw him with Dominic. Again, the question, and this is not on Danhausen. It's WWE creative. How long can they keep that up? That's the question.
That is the question. Well, right now he's got the #1 T-shirt on WWE Shop, so the fans are into it. We talk about Chelsea. About, how can she beat this person, this person, this person? So many times right now. Did you know that Cody, since 2022, Vince, this is going to blow your mind. Since 2022, when he came back, how many times do you think Cody has been pinned clean?
Yeah, I think I saw you tweet this, or somebody tweeted it. 0. That's amazing.
How is that possible? So they're sitting in creative saying, we can't have Cody lose. We can't. So this is a way with Danhausen to have Dirty Dom lose 7, 8, 9 in a row in different ways. It doesn't kill his character because he's cursed.
Right.
Now that's creative, and now we're entertained, right?
And the funny thing with Cody is, for that long, the top babyface not being pinned, bro, everything works off the heel on the heats, the heat on the heels. Everything plays off of that. So if you've got your top guy never being pinned, how much heel do you have on your heat do you have on your heels?
100%. By the way, the thing he did with Miz was he's going to curse him if he doesn't help him get WWE gold. I'm looking forward to that content. Yeah. I really am. I'm looking forward to it. All right, a couple more super stickers, and we got to get into McAfee. Jimmy Fingers, another one. You are the MVP. Hunter is going to end up turning Randy heel for this Build-A-Mania, but my guess is that it will backfire, and the fans will end up booing Cody because he doesn't deserve it. Vince Mount Fiji was the Andre the Giant of Glow.
1,000%. 1,000% she was. I remember. And I think she passed away not too long ago, Jimmy Mount Fiji. I think a couple years ago, I think she passed away.
Interesting. Do you think they're going to feel like they need to turn Randy heel in 6 weeks?
I think, oh God, I hope not. I think they need to do the Austin Bret Hart match and make sure they switch Cody heel during that match. I can't imagine Cody coming out of that match a babyface. I can't. Where do you go with that? Where do you go?
I saw people talking about, they're arguing. They're like, 200,000 dislikes. Well, those are bots. They're not real. I don't care. But they said, if you're in the building, the crowd went crazy. I'm like, who do you give more credence to? The live crowd when they cheered when he won, which they did, or the crowd watching at home? So like, listen, give me something different.
Yeah.
And a heel Cody is something different.
That's it. That's what we're talking about here, Coach. Yeah. Something different. Exactly. Yes.
Kamoski says chances of Cody losing at Mania after just winning the title. A month reign, rare. He's not going to lose. You heard what I just said. He hasn't been pinned clean in 4 years. He's been pinned, but it's when somebody else interferes. Clean has never happened. Vince, that's bananas to me.
That is
bananas to me.
That is absolutely bananas. I mean, Hogan got pinned clean. That's crazy, Coach.
Crazy. A wrestling historian says WWE creative ruined the Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill feud already because Goth Girl got her feelings hurt, a handshake, and body talk. Seriously, you're right. You know what, Vince? What if those girls went into business for themselves and got all that attention on social media, what would Vince have done?
I think he would have been hot at first, but then I think he would have been smart enough to play into it.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. I was there for 2 stories, guys, and I'm not going to get into them because it was very awkward, but it was a very serious situation between people. You probably know what I'm talking about. And Vince, instead of saying, nope, we're going to keep you apart, he said, we're going to work you into a storyline. Those were the realest fights that I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
In the ring.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, one more, and then we'll get to keep those super stickers coming. We'll get to all of them. Sean McDermott, 239. You got a spot on the wheel. 2 spots on the wheel, actually. They put the belt back on Cody for Mania. So lazy. No story, no angle, no heat. Babyface versus babyface, main event nobody cares about. Do something interesting for once, Triple H. Drew got to be pissed. Sean, the only reason I think he's not is because he's leaving anyway. So I don't think he's pissed. But if he gets a really good match, Vince, I would love to see Drew and Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. That'd be something, I think.
Yeah. Coach, I have to ask you. So we've got 2 main events. We've got CM Punk, we've got Roman Reigns, we've got Randy Orton, and we've got Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Are they not all baby faces?
All of them. All of them.
That's your problem.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Because everything's got to play off the heel. Everything is played off the heat on the heel. We just did a 4-month storyline on JCW where we didn't touch the heel until the period at the end of the sentence. And that's telling you right there, their 4 top guys are baby faces. That's your problem right there.
And that's why I would have had Logan Paul go over at the Chamber. This is the time in their history they've got to throw everything out the window. Because, Vince, I mentioned the ticket sales. They're still, night 1 is around 36,000, a little bit more. Night 2 is around 37. Vince, they have put tickets on sale, like 25% off. They have tried to sell tickets after they add a match. Nothing's working. So, Vince, what are they going to hide behind? Well, nobody's fine in the United States. You got wars all over the place. We were counting on all these people from other countries instead of what's really going on.
Yeah.
And that as much as you have your stars, this babyface, and then also we've seen this same show before. They'll never admit that going back to Vegas was a mistake.
Yeah.
Maybe they will now.
Yeah.
Maybe they will now.
Maybe. Right.
They'll find something else first.
Yeah.
But, I mean, can you imagine how many black tarps? If they get to about 50 for each night, that's great, except it's set up for 65.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that'll be a bad look. If you got black tarps on one side of the upper deck.
Yeah.
Ooh, not a good look. Not a good look. All right, keep these super stickers coming. We'll get to all of the rest of them in a second. And again, the Coach and Roulette wheel. If we get enough, we'll do 2 of those live on Thursday's show. We're going to be doing Wednesday night this week because I have golf this week. So we'll tweet out the exact time. So, Vince, something that I didn't even expect to get, and I don't even know if Pat McAfee, who does a lot of things on the fly, even realized what he was doing. But remember last year when you and I talked about him just disappearing?
Mm-hmm.
Where his deal is August to January, he does College Game Day for ESPN, but the rest of the year he was with Michael Cole on Raw. And in June, he's like, I'm exhausted. I'm doing a million different things, which was true. But to quit 2 months early when he knew he was going to have 5 months off the show was a little suspect to me. So he was taking people on a tour of his Thunderdome where he does his show. They're doing a big football show today. And you know how you put a question up and you answer a question on Instagram? And it was, will you come back to WWE? Let's roll that video.
Currently preparing for the free agency frenzy. New sets, new stages, new cameras, new wiring. I'm sure it'll all work. We're excited for tomorrow as Shefty's here in studio, losing his mind, announcing every new deal that happens in the NFL. Shregs and Dano will be here, all the boys. Foxy and Bruce in the back.
Here we go. Let's go.
It's a wonderful thing. Will I be returning to the WWE in the future? I don't think you ever say never, especially with WWE. But right now, it does not feel like it is something it's supposed to happen. It doesn't feels like that business has kind of passed me by a little bit. I grew up loving it, dreamed to work in it, feel honored that I had the opportunity to work alongside the GOAT, Michael Cole. But I feel like the biz is in a good spot without me. I'll continue to watch.
Wow, Vince. There's a lot there in a very short period of time. The business has passed me by. What do you think he meant there?
I want to get your take on that, Coach.
Well, I'll be very, very transparent and real with you. I think they were using and abusing him. And what I mean by that is they were throwing anybody and everybody on his show. Like, if they needed to promote something, let's go on Pat McAfee, because he has the top-rated show in America during the day. Yeah. And I also have some inside information that they would, like, go on the road, and they would not offer to do this or this or this. Vince, the least you can do is pay production costs. That's the least you can do. But they also they've never paid announcers a big salary. I know that for a fact. And if you're Pat McAfee and like Logan Paul, and they say, hey, we're going to pay you $300,000, and he goes, I want $1 million. They go, nope, you're walking. So I think it's a combination of things, and that's his most polite way of saying, I didn't agree with how they used me. Now, he is a pro, and they have to deal with ESPN. So I think ESPN has said, hey, let's play in the sandbox a little bit. And when we get around these big events, to help out the company that's paying you $100 million, let's throw these wrestlers on your show. So I think he's a very good partner. I think he wants nothing to do with doing his show on a Friday afternoon, jumping in a private jet, flying 4 hours just to be used and abused and not compensated for it.
Yeah, guys, here's what it comes down to. And me and Coach, we've been there and we know, and we're telling you based on experience. When you're working at the WWE, okay, they want you to believe this is the greatest job in the world. Yep. No matter what you do for the rest of your life, nothing is going to be like this, and you are so happy to be here. It goes back to 2002 when Vince McMahon wanted me to critique the shows for free. And I said, no, Vince, I don't do nothing for free. And he actually said to me, I would have jumped at the idea. Like, having an opportunity with the WWE, nothing can ever match. You guys got to understand, a lot of these celebrities get in it because they think it's fun. McAfee is getting in this because he thought it was fun. Bro, you think Jelly Roll's going to give up his career? No, Jelly Roll did it because it was fun. Bad Bunny did it because it was fun. Logan Paul did it because it was fun. But their mentality is nothing is bigger than the WWE, including your career. And guys, that's what happens when they deal with people that don't need their money and can make a choice. It's a different ball game. And you see that happen with every one of these people.
And one of my biggest things that even to this day that grinds my gears is the occasional time. And back in the day, you never missed a show. I made it to 520 out of 521 Monday nights, which is crazy when you say it out loud. But Vince, now when you have the family-friendly schedule and all of that, when you're McAfee, and even if you have private jets, you still got to travel. You still got to get there. And his schedule's so crazy because everybody wants to use him that he doesn't get to miss his show on Friday afternoon and fly on Thursday night. Right. And now he's got a little baby at home, too, that was born last year. So if you're telling him, you're going to work 40 weeks out of 52, and the other 3 or 4 months, he still has to travel every week to College Game Day. Guess what, Vince? You're now traveling almost 52 weeks a year.
Exactly.
And so you have the one that's flexible every now and then. Hey, I'm a little run down. Can I skip Monday night? You got 3 or 4 other dudes that can do it.
Right.
But they don't think like that.
Yep, exactly.
Wrestling is the only – can you imagine like Mike Tirico or Jim Nance or Joe Buck doing WWE television?
Oh, God, please.
Every week?
Yeah.
Joe Tessitore is a maniac.
Yeah.
Joe Tessitore loves the stuff. He really does. He loves the sports. He's got a big job at both places. Not everybody's built that way, Vince.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And if there's one guy out there that deserves everything because of how much attention he gets, it's Pat McAfee. Did you see him the other day, Vince? He took batting practice against Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, he's a talented dude, man. He really, really is, man.
And there's always a money attached to it for charity. He's always giving money away. How you abuse somebody like that, and I use abuse in the most easy word possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would be like, look, we'll use you whenever we can use you.
Yeah.
What I would do.
Yeah.
Sports and wrestling experience, we'll give you a spot on the wheel. Coach and bro. Huge fan of the show. Always a weekly highlight listening to the two of you. Thank you. Vince, any fun Val Venus story? I worked with Val Venus too. Any fun Val Venus story? He's a little out there now.
Yeah, okay.
He's a little out there now.
Very out there, but very entertaining.
Yes.
Very entertaining. Yeah, Coach, I got to tell you, my job was always when somebody was ready, JR would call me, then I would spend hours with them developing the character, right? So I spent a lot of time with Val, and even back then, Val was a very political guy. And Val was 1,000 times smarter than I was. So I know it's an obvious gimmick, but I can't write this shit for him. I know nothing about politics. I can't do it. But the more and more I kept looking at him, I'm like, man, this dude just looks like a porn star, man. I could not get it out of my head. And I remember, pitching Vince, and then on the spot, Vince called Val, Sean Morley, and gave him the Val Venus, and he loved it. And you talk about a performer. You believe the dude was a porn star, bro.
Always.
You really
Always.
Believe it. Yes.
Boy, he was a very good friend. We hung out a lot. We talked all the time. When he's not talking politics, he's a very, very good dude. He really is.
Yeah.
But man, you know what I loved is you remember his entrance video with the song?
Yeah.
You remember they'd have the explosion?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That was the one guy, and this is why I say this all the time, Coach, because they no longer do vignettes. And Bruce and I did them with Bruce. We produced all those Val vignettes, and we probably played them for 6 to 8 weeks. When he finally came out in the building, the freaking place exploded. There's no reason why they can't do that anymore in 2026.
Look at the example that you're talking about right now. You bring out a talent at the Royal Rumble named Royce Keys, who was an AEW star, was on TV, and now the only time we've seen him since January 31st is on Stephanie McMahon's podcast.
Yeah. Yep.
No TV. So why couldn't you? And to me, I'm all about trying, Vince. I'm all about trying. So if something's not working, why don't you try that with him? Maybe repackage him or something to that effect. But those things would work in 2026. They would.
Why wouldn't I would want somebody to give me the argument of why wouldn't vignettes work in 2000? Somebody needs to tell me why they wouldn't work.
Effort, thinking ahead, writing them, making them funny, making them creative, making them dramatic, whatever the character is. But that takes somebody who really knows how to do it instead of somebody that's sitting in a room all the time complaining and trying to get over with Triple H. Because that's what they spend most of their time doing.
And we didn't even talk about that either.
About what?
There is a female as the head of creative now.
Yeah, she got a promotion for Raw. Yep. What are you saying?
I'm saying this, guys, as a writer for many, many, many years, okay, it was difficult for Vince Russo to write for women. Why? I'm not a female. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're feeling. It was difficult for Vince Russo to write for black wrestlers. Why? I'm not black.
Whoa!
Coach,
You're not?
No, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're feeling, okay? A woman is going to know how testosterone fueled and who knows what else fueled by are thinking and feel. Okay, good luck.
What if they are planning to have her work with the women?
That's fine.
And they have another person to work with the guys.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea.
She put out a bunch of posts putting herself over, which I would have too. It's a really good promotion. So she was everywhere. I can't remember her name, but she was everywhere.
Yeah.
She really, really was. She really, really was. We got a couple more super stickers, and we got to get the hell out of here, or I'm not going to have a voice for the rest of the week. Sean McDermott, what's the point of the tag titles, U.S. or IC belts? Name one storyline any of these champions are involved in. Actually, just try to name the champions, LOL. This is a great experiment because Sean's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Vince, they are doing a gauntlet match tonight. Raquel Rodriguez is in it with Bayley, Lyra, Asuka, a girl that just lost on main event. And the winner is going to get a match against AJ Lee. And AJ Lee said, the next time I'm in the ring wrestling, I will defend my title. She didn't say when. So, Vince, what if Raquel Rodriguez wins the gauntlet match? And she's 6'2", 6'3". AJ Lee is how big? 5 feet? 5'1"?
Yeah.
So they decided to put the Intercontinental title on her, beating Becky at the Chamber. And if we have to wait until WrestleMania for AJ Lee to defend the title for the first time, and that's my gut tells me that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What do you, and what if it's Raquel? I mean, are you serious right now? I mean, it makes no sense.
That's the thing, Coach. It's like, I don't know. Again, I don't even know why you're putting the belt on her in the first place. First of all, she doesn't need the belt. The draw of her was she was away for so many years. She doesn't even need the belt. So what are you going to do? You're going to put the belt on probably the smallest girl on the roster?
Yep.
What does that say about the rest of your roster? Don't they? I don't know, bro. Maybe these were questions that Brian James was asking in creative meetings. Maybe,
of course he was.
Maybe that's why he's not there anymore. But these are all legitimate questions.
What I would have done is I would have had AJ Lee get involved in a title match with Becky and make her lose the title before the Chamber. So then when you're having a fight, it's all personal. You just cost me the title. You're coming back. You're the star. I'm pissed off. And now the title's not even involved. Yeah. To me, that would have felt better than doing it that way.
Yeah.
But they always think rewarding the person with the title is the ultimate payoff.
Exactly.
And it not always is. It not always is.
Absolutely not.
All right, last one, official Bebecito. I love Bebecito. I love saying that.
I love
it was very wholesome to see the Big Al, Rumor Angle, and JCW come to a peaceful resolution. Major J-Rod fan now, too. The ladies of JCW are way legit. Great writing, Mr. Russo.
Yeah, well, it's not great writing. The ladies in JCW are way legit. That's what Coach and I were just talking about. They're legit. They're tough girls. They're not skipping my Lou down to the ring like they're a 14-year-old schoolgirl. They are 1,000% legit.
All right, very, very good. We do have one more coming in. Papa Rain. Last vignette I remember seeing prior to Oba was Charlotte, but it backfired because of the direction of the vignette. I will say Oba tonight is scheduled to go up against Rusev. When Rusev Vince came back for the second time recently, do you think he knew or thought he would be simple mow over fodder for Oba Femi? Because tonight's probably going to go about 3 minutes. It's going to be an absolute destroy Rusev to build Oba.
You know, Coach, that is a great question because if I leave the WWE and I go back and the same players are still there in a management position, why am I going to think anything's going to change? People don't change, especially people that have been there 10, 20, 30 years. They don't change.
There's a few guys right now. Rusev, I saw an interview with Aleister Black where he literally said, I feel like, this time I'm making some inroads. And I think he's a nice guy. I love Zelina Vega, his wife, as well. But Vince, since he fought Damian Priest, what has he done?
Yeah.
What has he done?
Yeah.
I almost feel like it's for, I need to have 3 years of a guaranteed check.
Coach,
okay.
I swear I have to tell you, because like I'm running into this now. And I even interviewed one of the girls from JCW, Big Al, and I explained this to her. Bro, as a writer, the women are such a challenge, and I'll tell you why, Coach. You got a roster of 20, 25 guys, and in JCW, you've got like 6 women. There just aren't 25 women out there. There's a lot of, there's a lot less women that are professional wrestlers than men. It's a numbers game. It's that simple. But it's so frustrating to me, because when you're limited with, 5 or 6 girls, there's only so much you could do. There's only so many combinations. And it drives me crazy while I'm sitting behind this screen, because I don't want to just book them in matches. And I'm not going to just book them in matches. But my point is, Coach, it's very, very, very challenging, but you've got to figure it out. Otherwise, you're just going to have match after match after match after match, and it means nothing.
3 words. It's your job.
Yes.
It's your job.
Yes.
What it is. You're hired to be a writer and come up with ideas.
Yep.
If they want to be writers, they would be writers. They're not. They're wrestlers.
Yep.
They're the stars.
Yeah.
Make them stars. All right. What a great show today. And as always, I said before the show, and it's all your fault at home, I said there's no way I go over an hour tonight. Thank you, Super Stickers. Thank you, Super Stickers. All right, so we are recording Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That'll be our stadium recording, but you guys can watch it live on YouTube. Same deal. We'll do our recording, and then, of course, we'll do the Coach and Roulette Wheel. I need you guys to go check out our brand new merch store. I believe we put the link in the chat at some point today, but check that out. We also have a link at our YouTube page. Vince, for people who may not be there on Wednesday, and who would miss, what do we got coming up this week for JCW?
Yeah, Coach, I'm very excited, because this episode that is on now, that came out on Thursday, this is the first episode, man, I think is going to break 40,000 views in the first week.
Wow.
This is going to be the first episode. And that I'm very, very, very proud of that, guys. We started with about 10,000 viewers, and now in the first week, we got about 40,000. If you guys miss the kind of wrestling we talk about with storylines and characters, man, please just check out JCW Lunacy Thursday night, 7:00 Eastern on YouTube.
I'm so proud of you and what the team has done over there. And I think this is just a start. I think we've got a streaming deal in the future. I think we've got a bunch of sponsors in the future. So it's going to be a really, really cool deal, and we're going to do our best to help you.
Yes.
Do our best to help you.
That, yes.
All right. All right. That's going to do it for today. Thank you to everybody for the super stickers. It really supports the show. So thank you guys. We'll do the Coach and Roulette Wheel live on Wednesday night. At the end of the show, remember to win. You got to be watching live. And then if you missed any of the show, you can watch it on the Stadium Network or on demand on Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. In the meantime, that's going to do it for tonight for Double D and Mikey P behind the scenes. And, of course, producer man who makes everything look so good, my man, Vinny Ruru. I am the coach. We'll see you next time. There's only one. This is the Coach and Bro Show. Have a good night.